Last class or last week, we introduced product analytics, and then we also exactly answered two questions only on a high level. The two questions were why and where. The first why was, why do we need product analytics? What is the benefits of product analytics? Then what does exactly product analytics team does for the company, and what is the roles and responsibilities, right? And the next question that we focused more on was where this team fits in the whole architecture of a software development or in the whole product development cycle. And then we also did some of the case studies together to understand the metrics and KPIs, the measure, and also to bring up our thoughts how as an analyst, because we are not into operations, we are into analytics. So we have to build KPIs and metrics and help businesses to make decisions. That's what we do as a product analysts. We also did a case study on Google Pay, I think, right? And then we took one of the major metrics called AARRR. Then we also discussed North Star metrics. We had a case study on Google Pay, and then we had several groups. They discussed together, and then we came up, okay, this could be better, this could be good in terms of thinking how a product analyst or the team of product analyst or the product owner thinks to make up the decision. So that's what we did last 2 days. I mean, last week of weekend. And now, what I want to do here is let me write down because we did everything. Now, I want to take a case study and answer these questions. The very big first question is how product analysts does their job and how I, as a data scientist or an AI engineer or the role that I'm targeting for future will help this skill to boost up my knowledge, or whatever the things I have learned until now, SQL, Python, statistics, and then data analytics, machine learning, deep learning, model deployment. Okay, I have learned all these things, bits and pieces, but how do I connect this together to make sure that I build a complete full-fledged product or I manage a team of analysts or ML engineers in future that I know in the whole pipeline how companies are working in silos and how do I know the bigger picture. Okay, so to answer this how, what I have did is I have divided the how into two categories. One is only analytics. When I say analytics, what do you think? What comes into your mind? What is analytics? And then the other one is forecasting or prediction. Okay. I did some of the homework myself last week to understand what can we do better to make sure that we are doing practical, because at this point of time in the program I don't want to do repetitive things, right? I already learned machine learning, I already know statistics, I already know SQL, data visualizations, and Python. So why do I have to do all these things once again? It's just simply waste of time. Then I decided to answer this how, because we have to do something practical together. I have divided this into two parts. One, when I say analytics, it is no prediction. We have the data, historical data. We are analyzing the data and building dashboards. Okay. When I say forecasting and prediction, we will use machine learning or deep learning, okay, or maybe LLMs, generative AI, or agents, whatever it is, the core technology to predict what is going to happen in next 6 months, next week, depending on the business. So this is future prediction, and this is just analytics. So I have divided a projects this way, and today we will focus on this, and tomorrow we will focus on this. So when I say today and tomorrow, what I have did is, because we are all, I think we have used e-commerce website to order some things, maybe Flipkart, Amazon, or Mintra, Meesho. There are a lot of e-commerce companies, Zepto, Blinkit. So I thought let me take a case study because we all already discussed a lot of different case studies in the last class, Google Pay, Netflix, Instagram, and all this. Then now to understand more better, because we also need the data to analyze. I have also did some of the background work to extract the right data from open source, maybe from Kaggle, and then we do the project together. Okay, so today what I want to focus is I have taken a case study of an e-commerce company. Let's name maybe a company. What what do you want to give a name to the company? Maybe My Shop. Don't like the name, let me know. We'll change the name of the company. Okay. So My Shop is an e-commerce company. What exactly this does is this sells products online. Okay. And then we have the data. So what we do is with that data, we will analyze, we will create the dashboard, and then we will give it to the business users to help them understand to make the right decisions. Okay. And the second, tomorrow, what we do is, okay, we have not predicted anything. We just have the data, we analyze the data, and then we have given the dashboard to the business users, maybe to the CEO. He needs to understand, for example, or let's focus on customer churn. Okay. I have my company, my shop, wherein I am getting the users only for the first time order. They order it and they don't come back to the second order. So they only order for the first time and they don't order to the second time. And over the period of time, there is a huge customer churn. So I want to understand, as a owner of the company, why are the users or the customers are not using my platform to order second time, or why is my customer churn so much? People are actually ordering for the first time, and second time people are not ordering or coming back to the platform. What is the reason behind this? I wanted to understand, and my strategy, as we thought last time on the Google Pay, is customer retention, which is actually driving the revenue of the customer. So if you remember double A triple R, you remember this one? Last week we did some activity on this.
Yes.
So We are acquiring the customer, acquisition is good, and they're ordering as well, and then retention is not good. We are not able to retain the customer. Second order is not actually happening. But there could be a lot of reasons. There could be reasons the first order has actually shipped and the expected date to ship the product is tomorrow, but we ship it after 4 or 5 days. We don't know. We don't know. We are just predicting this one, right? So how do we know this? After analyzing the data, we have huge amount of data. We analyze the data and then we create the dashboards and give it to the business owners or maybe to the CEO. And then he or she sits and analyzes because she or he knows the bigger picture, what is happening. Or reviews of the products, we understand the reviews, positive, negative, neutral reviews specifically for shipping, or the expected delivery date is late to the actual delivery date. What is happening exactly? The discounts, maybe first time you're providing a lot of discounts and second times we're not providing the discounts. So we don't know. We don't know. This is just a high level worry because as a owner of the company, for me, there are maybe 50,000 users which has actually logged in, created the account, and I don't know why is 50,000 users not ordering for the second time. I think 1% of the only user ordering second time, 5,000 users only, maybe 500. I don't know. But the only thing I know, as we know that the North Star metrics, as a CEO will see only one or two metrics. He don't want to go and see each and everything. The revenue is going down. Even though I'm investing so much amount in marketing and onboarding and acquiring new customers, which is called CSC, cost of acquisition is too high for me, and customers are actually onboarded into the application. But why the revenue is not getting generated? That's what my simple question is. And then I bring this point to the team, and then we actually do the analytics. We found out, we deep dive to the data, then we will create the dashboard so that every morning the CEO or the owners of the product sees the picture and then have the meeting internally with the marketing team, with the sales team, with the strategic team, or whatever the team they want. Because they are expert in their field, we will only help them to analyze with the right facts from the data. Okay, that is what we do today for the company My Shop, and the same project we will extend it tomorrow to include machine learning or deep learning. The same thing, the same data that we have it, we analyzed, we created a dashboard and showing it to the user. We will also say in more details using this technologies which customer most likely will churn and what is the drivers for this customer to churn. For example, out of 50,000 customers, the customer behaviors, customer patterns are really different. 50,000 customers have 50,000 behaviors, right? So we club it together, we analyze the data, we find the patterns, we club those customers into the sets, and then slowly we'll say, okay, this group of customers would most likely to churn because of X, Y, Z reason. And my model says 80% probability that this customer will churn. And this is the reason. And then before the customer is getting churned, the business can take proactive decisions. Maybe we provide offers, we provide vouchers, we provide something else so that we make sure the customer is not leaving the platform. We give more offers. I don't know. The business knows what is the strategy they need to implement to retain the customer because that is their part of the job. My part of the job is to make sure I am predicting it with the accuracy, with the drivers, and giving to them. For example, again, let's take Flipkart or not Flipkart, Netflix or Instagram on recommendation system. Recommendation system is the extended part of machine learning, as we all know. 80%, 80% of the content watched from Netflix is from recommendation system only. Instagram, 70 to 80% of the Instagram is running just because of recommendation system. And this recommendation is very strong and one of the benchmark in the market for Netflix actually. Netflix recommendation system is really, really nice. And then with our personal experience, we know we go to Instagram and we just scroll. We search very likely. We go search the profile of the person sometimes, go and search something. But most likely we open Instagram and just start scrolling. And here, to keep the customer on the platform, we need to build a very, very, very robust recommendation system. How do we do that? We have the users data, historical data. We know all the trends, the type or the category of the user, and then we have huge amount of data, the lot of data points connected, and then we start using machine learning to feed this data to a model, and then the model start recommending you the content so that you stay on the platform. And also in Netflix, you go scroll Netflix, choose the right documentary, series, or movies, and start watching it. Very less time. With my experience, what I do as well as in Netflix is I go to Netflix, go to movies or maybe series, and then check or click genre, and then see what is my genre, and then I just scroll it. Maybe they project something really big, project something really small, top 10, and this kind of thing. I try to click, read the description, start watching. Because I don't have something in my mind, I just want to watch something, right? While traveling or while just having my dinner or something like this in YouTube as well. That's what we do, right? So these are all the things which is happening background. Okay. So that is what we do using the technology that we have learned until now. In terms of e-commerce, we also recommend good things or the right things from the historical data to the user, maybe from Amazon. So we recommend the right product. Along with that, also see you receive notifications every now and then. You put something on cart and then you don't buy. You put something in the wish list and then some of maybe 1 or 2 days, within 1 or 2 days, you receive notification. Your cart value has gone down. Click here to buy. So there are a lot of things happening. But how is this things happening? There are models running behind the scene. So we will do this. We will just take a simple case study. But tomorrow we will also explore the tools to do this, and we do it hard coded from the basics. Okay. This is the plan for tomorrow. The same project will be extended, and then we use ML most probably because in the interest of time, I don't want to make it more complicated. We will use ML, of course, yes, statistics to predict the project. We did it today. Okay. But today, what I want to do is let's take an example how exactly the e-commerce website or an application is built on the technical side, and then where is our job getting started as an analyst. Let's take an example. Mm, let me choose the color. color. This is a website. Okay. The name of the company, my job. We have arrow marks here. We have baskets, notifications. whatever. Sorry, my drawing is really wrong. And then we have a list of products. List of product A, product B, product C, product D, description, price, description, price, description, price, description, price. We are scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, scrolling. And we also, very important is we have search bar as well. So this is how, for an example, the page looks like. And then once you click this product, this will take to other page, the big picture of the product, and then other pictures, small pictures of the products. And then we have the description of the product, and then we have the price of the product, and then sometimes we have the discounts as well, 10%, and then it says add to cart, maybe cart, or buy now, or maybe your wish list, so that you put something in the wish list. Just I have drawn two pages of the e-commerce website. Okay, here let me write a user here. Okay, here the users interact to this application, the front end application, and this front end application, I mean this front end from the application by design is connected to a backend. I'm just writing a software architecture. So backend there are a server either hosted on Prime or cloud, either microservices or because I'm not going much details to this backend, I will just write backend layer. This is a software architecture. Okay, this is a front end layer. Okay, and then this is a backend layer. But backend we have logics written, and we have somewhere databases. Okay, sometimes data lakes, data warehouses, and then there's a huge logic written somewhere, written in the code and hosted somewhere. Okay, I will write this as a server, for example. Okay, all the interactions we have written a right, because back and forth this information flows. Just correct me if I'm going too depth, because yeah, I know you have completed other modules. I want it to be very clear so that we are all on the same page, because we have to work together. Okay, so okay, there is a user, me, there is a front end application, Flipkart or Amazon, which I called as my shop, because we are building things together. And this is the front end. So I have hired some front end engineers, back end engineers, full stack developers, and then AI engineers to build the system. And the system is live. Everything is going well. It has connected with backend. It has databases and everything. So back and forth information is flowing. As soon as user clicks something, or he's doing scrolling and everything, all the actions are being captured, and those actions are being stored either in database or in data warehouse, data lakes, the type of setup we have did. Let's take an example of simple thing, the database. Okay, all the clicks, all the actions the user is performing, we are capturing and storing in a database. Okay, and then that database, if I zoom out, this one, as we know, database is just a table. Okay, when I say table, not only tables, some there are a lot of other complicated things, like data warehouse, data lakes, if you want to just dump store data, OLAP, OLTP, a lot of other complicated things of data engineering. I'm taking it very simple. Okay. So yes, 1 minute, I'll get my charger so that I don't run out of the battery. Give me a sec. Uh, database. Ultimately, the database is just rows and columns, right? We have rows and columns. So we have captured, and all the interaction is being stored in rows and columns in the database in a separate schema table. Ultimately, is table. And then we are storing the data row by row, row by row. This is what we learned from SQL, from all the projects we did. We have the data in CSV file, Excel file. So everything is just rows and columns, right? Please stop me, or I want to stop myself here. And if you have any questions on this architecture, because this is the baseline of the entire today's and tomorrow's class, building a product from the scratch. To understand the background or the basics of the project that we are trying to do. Do you have any questions on this? A very simple understanding I put across to go ahead step by step building the product. Okay. I mean, product analytics. Is everything all right? Because I can't see your chat box. Please unmute yourself. That's all right. We are doing together. Everything is clear. Then we proceed ahead.
Hello, Fazal. Morning.
Mm-hmm.
Fazal, actually, I have joined late because
Mm-hmm.
I'm able to link. So, can you give me a quick summary
Sure.
what we are
Yeah,
planning?
sure. Sure. Exactly. That's good. Last week, what we actually did was to understand what is product analytics. Last week, I'll write it here in a big word. What is product analytics? Why product analytics is important and the benefits, and where the product analytics team comes into the picture of the whole architecture. That this is what we did last week, and we also did some activity together. We took Google Pay as an example, and then as a product analytics, if you know analytics, or if you're talking about analytics, it's about metrics and KPIs and dashboards, this kind of things, right?
Yes.
And then we discussed double A triple R metrics. Okay, so this is a metrics, double A triple R. No worries, I will share the complete theoretical class notes so that we will go through after the class as well. And then you start building products on top of this, or maybe you use this as a baseline and build something really good. And then you can upload it to your GitHub, LinkedIn, and then you can also present yourself in the interviews as well. Okay, we discussed one metrics, very important, the metrics called double A triple R, acquisition, revenue, retention, and this kind of things. And then we also discussed another metrics called North Star metrics last week. Okay. So this is a lot of metrics, and this is just one metrics. As a owner of the company, I don't want to see 15, 20 different types of metrics. It is confusing for me. I, as owner of a product, I want to only see what is the revenue getting generated from this product, right? For example, we did some of the case studies on Spotify, Netflix, and then
Yes,
Google Pay
I
and
was
all these
there.
things. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So we understood those part, and today what we trying to do is, okay, we know what exactly is this. We did okay. Now, as we are in technical core, we learned all these modules. How can I use this, my knowledge, into product analytics to build something really meaningful for the company, right? And then I have divided this how to two parts. One is analytics, one is forecasting. So today we will be focusing on analytics. When I say analytics, I took an example data from Kaggle open source of an e-commerce company, and I created a company called My Shop myself, and we use that data to perform analytics. We use SQL to extract the data. We use Python to do all the EDA data analytics. And then, in the interest of time, we can connect this to a dashboard, Tableau, Power BI. What I did, I will use the same Python. Maybe use Seaborn or Plotly or Matplotlib to visualize this. Ultimately, visualization is important, right? So this is what analytics does. Today, we will only focus on analytics. Tomorrow, the same project is extended to predictions. Same thing, we will include machine learning to our project to predict the future. Okay, this is what we are trying to do today here. We will analyze, and then I went through how exactly the e-commerce website is set up as a product analytics or a data scientist or an analyst. Where is my role getting started, and what is my job in the whole architecture? And then I
Okay.
created a front end. This is the front end. This is the user. We go to the website, Flipkart, we scroll, we search, we do a lot of things, right? So every action that we are performing is being captured and stored into a database in a backend layer.
Okay.
Just
Uh,
not in details, just a high level. Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah.
I have one more question. Like here we are taken for myself. So is it required? We know like front end as well.
No, no,
If,
no, no. We'll
okay.
go through those things. We'll just to understand on a high level overview the complete
If
product. How, yeah.
yeah, if suppose have basic knowledge, then will it be beneficial or it's okay? Like
It would it would be beneficial just to understand the high level, but
okay.
core technical we will not be able to. We are not actually doing. The front end
Yeah.
engineers or full stack developers will be writing all these things,
So
and they
here
are.
So here, what we do, like we will do analytics part, and we would be
Yes.
able to understand how we can collaborate with the front end engineers. Is it?
No, we don't collaborate with front end engineers.
Okay.
We perform analytics and give our output to
Okay.
the business owners to make the
Okay.
decisions.
Okay. Got
Okay,
it.
we don't collaborate with them.
Okay.
Why I added this one is because this is not analytics class. This is a product analytics class. So we
Yeah.
first need to understand what is a product and how
Okay.
do we analyze this product, right?
Yes. Yeah.
That's what my relational of thinking to start from this one. So this is the whole product, e-commerce, and the like Flipkart, we have my shop, and then we have a front end layer where I have added two pages. One is the main page, and then we have a product page, right?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
And then this front end is connected to backend where we have a lot of databases. And then
Mm.
ultimately data is getting stored in tables. That's what
Yes.
we want as an analyst.
Yeah.
So ultimately
Yeah.
from here is an important task, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So,
Got it.
okay. Did I answer your question?
Yeah. Now I got it. Yeah.
Okay. So we are right now on the same page, everybody, right?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So now we have the table and data is being captured on every click we do, right? So we have huge amount of data and from here our journey starts, right? So we have huge amount of data. Here I will write product analyst. Here we sit and our job starts here. What we do is we have to extract the data from the table or warehouse database, any, not only one table, as we know, there are multiple tables this way, right? There are multiple tables, there are multiple databases that we need to interact and to get the right amount of data for our analytics, right? As we know, it is not straightforward. I will just write two tables. Okay. As an analyst, we have to extract this data using SQL, right? SQL, I'm just taking the raw skills. I know there are a lot of tools like ETL tool to extract, transform, and load, but that is the next part. Okay. We will talk about the tools tomorrow, but on a basic level that we completed the modules, we extract the data writing SQL queries, right? We extract the data using SQL queries. So, okay, we extracted the data. Once we have collected all the data and we have our own table now. Maybe we create our table from multiple tables. We use joins, we use where clauses, and everything we did it in SQL classes, right? And then we have the right data now, which is required for our analysis. I will write it down here. I would not say right. I would say required data because all the data is right. Required data for analytics. Okay. So we use maybe joins, where clauses. So everything we could to bring required data to a single table from multiple tables. So here we used our skill called SQL that we learned in the complete course. And next, once we have the data, the next skill we want to do is we have to analyze this. Sorry, we have to analyze this data. How do we analyze the data? Anybody? Because we already completed the modules. Okay, right. We extract the data, we analyze the data using Python, right? We can also do it using Excel, Google Sheets. We have to analyze. We need some platform to analyze, or maybe sometimes we can also analyze in data visualization tools as well, like Power BI. We have transform option before visualizing, right? And then visualization comes in Power BI, something like this. But we have huge amount of data. Excel will crash if the data is 1 million rows and 30,000 columns, and every day we are updating with the new data. Google Sheet as well. Power BI sometimes it also crashes because it also has a limitations. Every now and then we are dumping with huge amount of data. It has to compute. If it is small data, that's all right, but we are feeding the data every day. So these are all the not the right option, I would say, for analytics for the huge data. So we go with Python, as we all know, and then we analyze the extracted data. So we with the Python, I will write analysis, simple analysis. When I say analysis, we have EDA. 1 minute. Uh, we have EDA. Just put my phone on silent. We have EDA. We have EDA, exploratory data analysis. Sometimes we will also perform feature engineering. Then what else? EDA actually covers exactly, and then we will also visualize this, and then maybe create dashboard as well. That's what we are trying to do in this class. Okay. So for EDA, as we know, we use packages like NumPy, Pandas, and then feature engineering, same thing we used for visualization to see. We used Matplotlib, and Seaborn, depending on the use cases for dashboard. Let's take an example. We use Plotline. Are we all on the same page on this one? Because we already did all these things in our previous classes. So I don't want to go in depth. I just wanted to have a high level overview. Until here, are we clear? Because we already did everything, but in bits and pieces. We did SQL in bits and pieces. I mean, as a silo, complete detailed SQL. We did Python, complete detail, and some of the projects in Python. And then we also did some of the projects, explored packages, and then we did all this part as well. But now, in a whole architecture, we know one by one how things are getting connected. That's what my goal was to help you understand. And then after this one, okay, we analyzed everything, we cleaned the data, we perform all these things. And now, next comes is dashboard or report. Dashboard or report. So maybe I will write down here like this. This is very easy for us to understand, something like this. And then, sorry. So dashboards, what charts? Maybe I will write one more chart to fill this up. Maybe a donut chart. Okay. Okay. So we have created a final dashboard output. Dashboard, this can be with the Power BI or Tableau or directly in a front end layer, a separate, maybe you use packages from Java or Python, and then you present this in a front end UI layer, or maybe in Python itself for now. Okay, Python itself. Okay, so are are we all clear on this one? Until now, the whole architecture, how we do our work, and then this dashboard is viewed by the business leaders. Okay, CEO or the marketing team or decision makers, I would say. Okay, because they are our internal customers. For them, we are building this one to make the decision. Okay, decision makers or leaders or management. I would write anything. Okay, and users. Okay, so they are the end users. Okay, now I will zoom out and then I will stop myself here. And if you have any questions on this whole architecture one by one, please ask the question before starting up with the case study. Sorry. Till then I will put it this, because we are connecting each and everything one by one for today to create a dashboard together actually, because I am not doing it by myself. We do it together because you already know SQL, you already know Python, you already know analytics. You did some of the projects with analytics. We clean the data. We have questions to answer. We will do maybe correlations, covariations, or if if the time is not allowing, we will take this project back to home and then we sit and think, what can I do to make more visuals or maybe to answer the right question to the user. My main question was customer churn. Okay, I will write the question here. Solving customer churn for the e-commerce website that we created. This one for my shop. Okay, solving customer churn. The first time I mean, the users are ordering first time, but second time users are not ordering the product. As a North Star metrics, as a CEO, I can see, okay, I'm spending so much of amount to acquire the customer, the cost of acquisition CSC, and the customers are actually getting onboarded, because I know, how do I know the customers are getting onboarded, the new customers? How do I know from the data? I have 50,000 customers, 100,000 customer, 80,000 customers. Just a question for you. If you are the owner of the company, or maybe you're in the technical team of product analytics, and then CEOs or maybe management comes back to and say, oh, can you give me a metrics how many customers are getting onboarded, or how many live customers we have right now? How do you do that? How do you know from the database you have, because you have access to all the databases, all the systems, and you need to answer this question. They come back to you and say how many active customers we have, or maybe how many customers we have in our platform. Any random answers.
By taking the count of the number of customers in the database.
Exactly. Yes, absolutely. I go and check in my database the count of customers, and then I go back to them. So, okay, you have 50,000 I mean, not active. That is the next question. 50,000 customers. And next question is, they come back to us and say, okay, how many customers are active since month? How do I go and check? I'm just saying the first question, how many customers are active since month? Not the customer who have ordered since 1 month. Did you get my question? How many customers in this whole customers, I mean, whole database of customers are active? Active, it means they don't need to order. They're active with the platform. How do I know?
We have a date column, then we can use a filtering condition as well. Like uh, since today, if today's date is there,
Hmm,
then we could filter it out.
exactly. Yes, yes. In the whole architecture, user is interacting. We interacted something in this is being captured here. So like this, user interacted. This is being captured here, and this is being stored in the database or in some table. Maybe you said a date column, right? I will write that as a date, I said
Yes.
itself.
Date.
And then we as a team go and see, okay, out of 50,000 customers, we go to the date column, who's interacting with the system. And then we know, okay, user interacted this time for this amount of time, then he left or he or she left, right? And then we have a where clause from 1st of January till date, right? We get all the data. And then we have a table and we say, okay, out of 50,000, 20,000 of your customers are active since 1 month, right?
Yes.
So this is how actually one by one we start building the product analytics. And the next question comes, because this is how the business thinks as well. Before they think, we also think the same way. Our job starts from here. As somebody said, do we have to know everything? It's good to know, to understand, because we are actually answering the questions, right? So to answer the questions, we know in the front end, the user will interact. We are storing somewhere data here, and then we go and extract those data and show it to the business. If you know the whole architecture, it's easy for us to understand the whole picture, right? Our job starts from here. Not red color. I will write green color. Okay. We don't need to think about anything here. So this is done by software developers. They need to make sure this is running, data is being captured, logs are being captured, database is running, server is running, cyber security, all these teams comes into the picture in this part. As a data scientist, as a data analyst, we all work in this part of the project. We don't care here. Once we have the data in the database, this is where we start the work. So we use SQL to extract the data. We start analyzing, creating reports, predicting things, X, Y, Z, right? So this is where we work, and this is where a developers or cyber security, all these people work. We are working in background and then helping business to make decisions. And then this is reflected back to the front end. Maybe they have marketing campaigns. Maybe they have X, Y, Z things. The marketing team or sales team or the business owners are taking. That will be reflected again back to the front end, right? And then that notification is popped up to the user. Then you have cart, you have your product in cart, and then we have reduced 20% of the price. And then you click on the notification, go to it, and then buy it if you really like it or if you want to buy it, right? Ultimately, we are increasing something, the revenue to the company. Are we clear on this? Because next step, we will start doing this in architectural diagram and then coding. Okay. Let me see the time. Okay, 7:30. Okay. Till we have 1 hour. No problems. We'll do it together. Relax. Okay. Now we understand the architecture, our responsibility. Next part is okay, we know what we need to do, and then we start doing using all the tools that we have learned. Okay. The next question is, as we are answering some of the questions to understand what exactly we need to do, how we need to do, the management comes back again to us and say, how many users out of all the active users bought the product in last month or did shopping on our platform last month? How do you extract this and give it to the business? Maybe I will write it. It's really easy and clear for everyone so that we are all on the same page. This is just random questions I'm getting on my mind while I'm thinking. Okay. Because this could also be your interview questions in terms of two things. In terms of first, how do you analyze? What do you think? What do you see? Did you go through our business about the company? What do you think? What is the company doing? What do you think this on the analytics part? To test your technical skills, they give you these questions and you need to write either Python code or SQL code for them. How many customers bought the product last month? Then you write SQL query to extract this, right? So when I say this one, as we know, I'm just deep diving a little bit. Customers in customer table, customer data in customer table, product in product table. I'm going a little bit deeper now in the technical sense. And then bought. This is in orders table. Are you getting the point? This is a simple question, what they want to have. But as a product analyst or a analyst or into analytics, we have to interact with three different tables here, right? To write a SQL query. And then we extract the data we use, for example, joins to club all the data into one table. and then we will write where clause to answer this question. Which question do we answer with the where clause in this statement? This one, last month, right? We write the date, where date is date between 1st of June to 1st of July, something like this, okay? And then finally, we will answer them this question, the number, right? Answer is this one. Yes, just one question with the technical sense we are talking. Please stop me if you have any questions on this one. Okay, all good? Or if it is really little complicated, I can repeat it once again as well to just brush up our existing skills. We learned SQL and Python already, or we don't learn, or we have not completed also. It's really simple. This is how the question looks like. This is what we need to give the answer to the business. And backend is it is just one question, but we have to do a lot of things here, right? We have to join. We first we need to know the schema. First, we need to know what is the schema and architecture, which table, which data is being stored in which table, because it is not simple customer table in the database. It'll be XYZ name in BigQuery, an orders table, product table, multiple things. First, we understand the schema, we understand the table, and then the condition. This is the condition. I will write this not black color, maybe. I'll write it in. This is the condition, right? And then we write a condition with where clause, or we write a function as well. Sometimes if I want to extract this way, the data. And then we answer the question, how many? This is the actual answer that the business want to see. Okay, they have this one. They know 50,000 customers are there. For example, now we'll go to analytics. 50,000 active customers. And the first question we answer was 20,000 customers are active users. And this answer, the third answer, customers. First answer, we answered them 50,000 active customers. Second question, we answered them 20,000 active users from 1 month. 20,000 customers are actually using our platforms. And then this answer gives us maybe 8,000. 8,000 orders last month. Right. So we are drilling down to make up. Okay. This is the first one. Okay. Next, because this is how they think. This is how even we have to think to showcase them. Okay, the active customers are 50,000 every month. We are getting a new data as well. These numbers will change. For example, for now, let's keep this fixed because this will be changing. We are spending more amount. We are acquiring new customers. This number are rise up. And if you're not performing really good, these numbers will go down. And this one as well, depending on the strategies and marketing and software architecture we did, depending on the amount with that we are spending in the marketing, the product we are doing, this one will go up or down. This one also will go up and down depending on the time. But my question is, in the whole architecture, which part will say us these numbers are going up and down? From where do we get this data in the whole architecture? Because we are just writing the pipeline code and every month or every day the new data is coming in, right? How is the data coming to us?
From database,
Yes, exactly, from the database. But how to the database?
from front end, the user is
Exactly,
who is entering it.
exactly. So the influence we make to the user will actually impacting our numbers, right? If the business is taking good decisions, we increase with the numbers. If the business is taking bad decisions, the numbers will decrease. So the user will interact here. This is being captured somewhere in a database, and that is captured into a table in the row and column format. And that data we are extracting here. And then that when we are analyzing, then we see the numbers change, right? This is the trend change and XYZ things. Absolutely right. So now just one question. We have to interact so many things. Okay, the next question is, I want to understand the next same for the same question. I wanted to extend this question. How many ordered customers are first time, second time, third time? Right, the next question. Because our main goal is to understand the customer churn. To understand the customer churn, let me give you an overview of what is customer churn. Churn means you bought a subscription of Netflix first month. You bought a subscription of Netflix, started watching. First month you spent 200 hours watching movies. And then we go to second month. In the second month, the watch time is 120 hours. And in the third month, watch time is 60 hours. And then this is the churn on the video watching time. It is reducing 200 to 120, 120 to 160. Then it will go down to maybe 20. And then after that, you cancel the subscription. Maybe you went to Prime or some other, or I don't know, or we don't know, cancel the subscription. So we lost the customer. So here, what we have to do is today, first we will analyze. That's it. So first we will get this data, display it in a dashboard. Display it in a dashboard. Here is the point. And again, we again next week we analyze the data, we feed back to the same loop, then we capture the data. Third week, or sorry, third month, we captured the data somewhere. Fourth month, we captured the data here. And then finally, we are also capturing the data, but the data is 0 because the customer has already turned. That we will have a different metrics that I will. This is how the graph looks like for this particular customer. So this is called churn. Most likely the customer is getting churned. Okay, here, what do you think with the discussion we had until now, with analytics we can do? Or what exactly we do with analytics? If there is no analytics, of course, yes, you don't know. You're just spending a lot of amount somewhere you're getting some revenue, which customer is doing what is our customer database, I mean, what is our customer age group, or who are our right, we don't know anything. Like a random restaurant. We don't know, we are just cooking the food, and every day, different customer, new customer, we don't know. But still, we are selling it, we're closing the shop. That's it, simple, right? With the analytics, we are capturing these data points and presenting it in a dashboard, right? Okay, until here is clear, right? The same thing with e-commerce as well. First time, as soon as the customer is acquired, the customer is ordering. Second time, the numbers are reducing. Third time, still the numbers are reducing. And maybe fourth time, those customers are not ordering at all. So then, how do you know with the SQL query? Okay, I will stop here and I will come back here because I wanted to highlight some more things here. So how do you know with the database you have these three questions? Because we are running up with the time. Maybe I extend for 30 minutes. I don't know because I have to complete this product analytics with the code so that we continue tomorrow, including machine learning or deep learning. Yeah.
So here we want like how many customers ordering only first time and in second time and third time and so on, right?
Yes. Yes. How many customers are
So
ordering for the first time? Yeah.
we can do we can use a rank as well to get it. So like
Okay.
if the users are ordering only first time, then we can rank as one, and
Okay.
if second time, then by counting the user's ID, then we can as a rank two and so on. Is it?
Mm, ranking is used in a sense.
Yeah, I in a sense like we are understand, but
Mm,
here we can use the user how many times we can calculate
yes.
like
How many times?
yeah,
First time, second time, and third time. Ranking
first,
is what I understood correctly. Please correct me if I'm going wrong way. We have 10,000 customers order first time.
yeah,
Some customers ordered for 10,000 rupees. Some customers order for 8,000, 15,000, 35,000. Then we rank those customers. Rank one is spending from 10,000 to 15,000. Rank two
yeah,
spending from 8,000 to 10,000.
yeah,
Rank three spending from 5,000. So we're ranking these customers.
yeah,
That could be ranking. But here, my question was once the customer is onboarded, I ordered first time with Flipkart, but I don't order second time.
and we want a number the
Exactly.
users who order only once, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah. How many? Yes,
how
you're
many
right.
users? Yeah, and like two times you how many users order only two times and three times and so on, right?
Exactly, exactly, exactly. You're right, absolutely.
Can we get the order count for that particular customer?
Exactly. That's a very good point. Yes, order count. Yes, absolutely. If the order
Based
count
on
is one,
the customer ID and we can order count that.
exactly. We are building the blocks, customer ID. Then for this customer ID, we go to the order count with the order ID. Exactly, you're right. And then we see the number one, two, three, four, whatever it is. Right.
Yeah, can be.
Exactly. There's another thing missing. One another field is missing. Exactly. This is right. This is how we start thinking. How do we get the answer? We go to the customer table, extract the customer ID. We go to the orders table, use primary key, foreign key. This customer is connected to this one, and then we get the order ID. And then finally we get the count. we get the count. If it is 1, 2, 3, 4, it means 4 times the customer had. If it is 1, then if 1, first time, if 2, second time, if 3, third time, right? And then we can categorize those customers, create clusters, and perform our further analytics. That's a very good point. Okay, okay, okay. Let's not complicate this in the last month or next month or whatever it is. And later on, we will also have more questions. Is this customer ordering only for electronics? What is the location? And XYZ, little complicated. Okay, let's not do that now. Let's come back to our main question. Okay, customer churned. We understood. We are tracking things and displaying it. And this is how our graph looks. Okay, this is done. Our job is done as an analyst, right? Yes, no, maybe. As an analyst, our job is done. Yes. How much benefit this provide to the company? It depends on the business users, the type of decisions they are making, right? So that you have also completed machine learning, I wanted to extend this and ask the next question. How do you use ML or deep learning or predictive analytics or maybe stats or whatever it is? This is a reactive decision that we are making, right? Right. This is reactive. How do you do proactive? In this part, the whole architecture here, first month, second month, third month, fourth month, and fifth month, customer actually left us. Customer has churned. Then you're displaying it to the dashboard, and then reactive when I say this is management taking decisions. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. It depends on the business knowledge they have it, the type of decisions they're making, sometimes good and sometimes bad. As a data scientist, you want to take a step ahead, and then how do you help business to take proactive decisions instead of taking reactive decisions? Did you get my point? This is reactive. We are capturing the data. Okay, 200 hours. Okay, next month by end of the month, okay, we captured the data. Okay, now it is 120 month, 120. Okay, sorry. Now it is 120. And then we wait for another 1 month, and then wait for 1 month. Okay, 60. We captured this because we already created a pipeline. We are capturing this, and where we are showing. So first month the graph was only until here. Second month the graph came until here for this customer portfolio I'm talking about. Third month the graph came until here. Fourth month the graph came until here. Fifth month the graph came until here, and finally the customer left. Right. And the business is taking decisions every quarter, or if the business is taking decisions on bi-yearly or yearly basis, it depends, right? It depends. If, for example, if the business is taking decisions quarterly, the customer has already, from this point, is here, this point. Like this, there are hundreds and thousands of customer going in already, right? The chances of we losing the customer is more because we're just capturing data, displaying somewhere, and somebody's taking the decision. What you as a data scientist would do with the technology you have it, with the statistics, deep learning, machine learning, with the AI, we have it. Just give me a sec. My dad is calling me. Just give me a sec. So I will just unmute myself, and then mm, Okay, Itoki, let me share you my screen. Sure. Okay, share desktop screen, and then I will go to this one. Come on. Okay, can you see my screen now? The same screen that we discussed, the customer churn. Yes, because we are trying to connect the dots. And what is the use of we joining Tutort Academy or data science course, anything that we want to do a transition, of course. But how do I think? How do I solve a problem? And how do I give benefit to the company? Right? That's what. So only they hire. We save them $1 million and they pay us peanuts. That's what we do, right? That's what most of the employees does in the companies. We save them huge millions of dollars with the knowledge we have it, and then we grow. We get promotions. We grow with our careers, and then we try to solve the problems like this in deep dive. In a simple Netflix problem, this is what. But as a data scientist, what would you do better to make management to take proactive decisions and then retain the customer? First, we understood with analytics, my capability until now here is to capture the data from the front end or from the database, which is being captured from the front end. And then I write logics. I analyze the data. I clean the data. I perform EDA, create dashboard, and show it to you. And then it's up to you next whether to you, if you want to hold the customer, yeah, make the decisions, put some more money on marketing, maybe reduce the subscription price or whatever it is. This is your answers to the questions they ask us, you ask us. Simple. My job is done until here, right? I created a dashboard. Here you is your answers. And then, for example, it is not only one answer. Sorry. So the dashboard would be like this. So all the questions you said me, I have created a dashboard. Live interactions are happening now. You don't need to worry. You see this, make the decisions. You have interactive filters as well. Make the decisions, and then the company would grow. Okay, the next step is, okay, we have a lot of AI, we have data science, we want to hire data scientists, want to take proactive decisions, we have to improve our company and XYZ things. Okay, now we are in the data science program. We did all the courses or modules until now. We know how exactly this works. How in this problem statement in customer churn would you do better, or you propose something can be done to take proactive decisions instead of taking reactive decisions? Please correct me if my questions are not accurate. I wait for 1 minute. We just have a discussion. Something. Okay, you say, okay, no, machine learning is not at all used here. I don't think so. Machine learning should be used here to take proactive decisions. There's something else we can do it. I don't know what is something else, but I will figure out. But I know that it is not machine learning. Or my thought process is, I know it is machine learning. We can do something here, but I don't know what to do. I will figure out that one. Yes, because I think we did some of the. Did we do projects on customer churn using machine learning in the machine learning program? Or we did some other projects like classification, regression, clustering? You can put across your thoughts any way possible, because this is a class. This is not an exam. We are just learning. Because the main goal of this course or this product analytics for me is to understand how the product works, how do we analyze the product, and then how do we make decisions and give the answers to the question which business has. That's what I personally understood product analytics when they reach out to me and said that this is what we have in the module, this is what we need to do. Then I defined my goals, and this is what I thought this should be product analytics. because we already did bits and pieces in the silos of all the models. Now we need to connect everything and then solve a product analytics question on reactive and proactive. And then we'll go ahead to the coding in next 1 minute. And then we start doing the coding together. We can use Google Colab, which is very easy. And then we will start doing the coding. And then you'll take that code to yourself, spend some time today to bring more insights to the existing code base. Okay. And then we discuss it tomorrow for first 15 minutes. Sorry. And then with the analytics we perform today, tomorrow we will answer this question. This question tomorrow. How do we take proactive? But today only reactive. Okay. Because I think dashboards. Yeah. Okay. This part is done. I wrote somewhere. How? Where is how? Yeah. Here. I wrote this as well. How do we perform product analytics? Saturday. I I wrote Saturday will be only analytics and Sunday will be forecasting and prediction with ML and statistics. Okay, let me give you this question as a homework and tomorrow you can provide us the feedback. In the interest of time, we'll proceed ahead. If you have any questions on this part, on this whole architecture, please ask questions because I will stop sharing my screen now. We will open Google Colab. We will go to the Kaggle. We will get this data from Kaggle. Okay, let me write down this one as well here. SQL. Okay, extraction we are not doing. After extraction, we get this table. This table, I will write it for, sorry, my handwriting is really bad. For practice, we use Kaggle dataset. And this dataset sits in the whole architecture here. Okay, this is the ready-made data available. We are getting this data. This data is from Kaggle. This dataset is from Kaggle. So what they did is somebody from the Brazilian company captured all these things from interactions to going to backend layer. From multiple tables, they created one table in a CSV format and uploaded it into Kaggle CSV. So I did some of the questions revision on SQL here because we will not be writing SQL to extract the data. So we did some of the SQL here. Next, what we do is, okay, we have the data here. We do this part. We do this part. And we do reporting part. Are we clear what are we trying to do? Or until now, what have we done? Yes, no, maybe. Because I can't see the Google, I mean Zoom screen. You can unmute and then you can say yes, no. If it is not clear, then we will go through it once again. Or else I'm stopped. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Okay. And it stops sharing my screen. Stop mirror. Then because in the interest of time, we have to do other things as well. Sorry. Okay. Stop share. Let me open Google Colab notebook. Okay. People are writing SSS. Sorry, I didn't see the chat box because I was only sharing my screen. Okay. Okay, let me know if you're able to view my screen. Now I'm sharing my screen back. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So now the data set that I was talking about is OList. It's a Brazilian e-commerce e-commerce company, which has captured all the data that we discussed. And then they have a problem statement, and the data they have uploaded it into I mean, Colab, sorry, Kaggle. And then we will use this data to analyze. For example, I created a page. This is how, for example, in Amazon as well, we have pages like this. All the interactions are being captured. Maybe you click on compare. This event is captured and stored into the database. You're clicking the price lists here. You're putting this to the cart, or you're comparing. So all the events that you're doing is being captured into the database. And then we have that data, right? We also discussed all the different tables, how different tables are connected on the capturing of all the data into a separate databases, right? So orders review, please share the link in the chat. Okay, thank you. Here it is. I have shared this dataset link in the chat box so that you can also go download the data and we do it together. Because I don't want to be like I'm just speaking, you're just listening. It'll be bored, to be frank. Let's have a interactive sessions. You can go to Kaggle. We can also do it because to be frank, even I'm not expert in this. I prepared myself. I did not work in e-commerce until now in my career, completely different industries, but I know how to solve a problem. So we do it together. And if I don't know how to solve the problem, I use sometimes LLMs to get the help from it. We do it together the same way. I know a lot of smart people are also there. You can suggest me if I'm going somewhere wrong, or we do it together in a better way. This is how the team of product analytics works. Okay. And then this is the description of the data. This is the page they have added. And this is the schema that the developers have actually built backend, and data is being captured here and there. We have to use SQL to extract different types of the data. They said we can also use NLP, we can also use clustering methods and predict all these things. And this is the data. Looks like this. The data looks like this. So you have customer ID. This is alphanumeric ID, which is generated by the system itself. And then the zip code of the customer, city of the customer, state of the customer, and X, Y, Z, hundreds and hundreds of data points. Okay. Because it is not only this data point that will be capturing, there are a lot of data points that will be capturing. Okay, dokie. Do you have any questions on this data set or problem statement? Because I just connected what we discussed to this data set. Same problem statement. We have a company, e-commerce company called My Shop, and then developers have created all these databases backend, and we have captured the data, and this is the data here. I click on download, the data will be downloaded, or what we can do here is instead of I downloading the data, which is 45 MB, I directly import the data using the Kaggle Hub. Okay. Okay. So I will start a new. Somebody asked a question. Okay, no. I will start a new one because if I start writing the code, it will take 2-3 hours for me to write the entire code base. So for that, I have already written some of the code, not complete code, so that we go through it. because if I start writing, it will take a lot of time. What is the first step we do in analytics project? The very first step. As soon as the data is there, because right now, maybe we connect data directly from here because I don't want to download and store it in my local 45 MB. We directly connect this because they have given some code here. I don't know. I really don't know how to connect, but they have given some code here. We will understand what is the path, how do we download, and go ahead from there. Okay. Step one, what I mostly do is import the packages, right? We will import the packages. To import the packages, which packages do we import? Uh, import pandas as PD. Come on. Okay, connected. Ran well. Okay, perfect. So I see as soon as I click, it will give me a lot of things. Okay, no problem. It's good. Mhm. And then I don't need to type it everything. Okay, matplot inline because I need to have a more structured way. And then, okay, for now, this is good enough, but we also have to import. We don't want, mostly I do this one, import warnings. So it suggested me. Actually, it will reduce us the time of seeing all these warning messages. And then we actually import some special matplotlib. Pick. And because I'm just importing the packages can be imported anytime. Okay, this one well. Okay, perfect. So, okay, okie dokie. On top of my head, I had only these things in my mind. I don't know. Do you want to import some more packages? No, maybe import only this one. And then let me see my database that I had yesterday, all the data. What is the next step we do it after this one?
Import the data set.
Exactly. Right. We have to import the data set. So we discussed that we will not, because we know how to import the data directly from the local or from other things, but now we will learn, even I don't know, we will learn how to import directly from Kaggle. Okay. Import OS. Yes. Okay, it's running. And then maybe I have to install Kaggle Hub. Install. Because that is what they said in the code when I go here. Kaggle Hub. Because I have not installed, so I cannot import. First step is to install and then to import. So and then now I can import Kaggle Hub. Sorry, where is it? Okay. Okay, first step is done. I have imported the Kaggle Hub. So now I have to download the data set. Okay, they have given a path here. I'll copy the path. I go to here and then are we doing together or how is it? Let me stop here because we just do the basic part here and then after going home you can do the complex because you have already completed analytics, right? Are we doing together or do you want me to stop a little bit?
Yeah, you can stop a little bit so that we can do it together.
Sure, no problems. I will stop it here and then you can open Google Colab. You can open also this one. I have also shared because it is really boring to be frank. For me, it is boring. When I go to the class and I just sit and see, okay, what it is happening, it is really boring to me. Believe me.
Yeah, even for us.
Exactly, exactly. It is really boring. And we are just saying, okay, what we already did. When we are running, I think we get a lot of errors and then we start thinking. It's good. No hurries, because if you're not able to complete everything, but still,
Mm.
what we'll be able to do is we understood the whole architecture, we have the data, we know everything. But if I spend more time a little bit, I will be able to do this. That confidence, always I take this confidence. Okay, I understood the baseline architecture, what exactly we want to do, what is the data talking about. Okay, I have to analyze the data now. I don't know how to analyze, but I have to analyze. But slowly, step by step, I will revise all my concepts on statistics, on analytics, and step by step, whatever I think from this data can be done, first I will do that. Right? Okay, we do it together, then we start. I will write Kaggle dataset downloaded message. If it is downloaded actually to the path. Path, okay. Path is this one because okay, dokie. I'm doing this first for first time to be frank. Believe me. I have not directly connected anything. Run error. Um, I don't know whether it will run or not. I am also trying with you. Okay, for faster access, especially in e-commerce dataset. Okay. Ah, okay. This is downloaded. I see a message. It has went to the Brazilian e-commerce dataset. Kaggle dataset downloaded. This message is printed, and then this is the path. Okay, dokie. It's good that we did something. Okay. Are we until here? I wait for you, no problem. Google Colab because we don't need to install anything. Just go to Google, type Google Colab, and then we start it. Oh, okay. Are we on the same page? Until here, I wrote the code myself. After that, I don't know. You have to suggest me what is the analytics that we want to do. Somebody in the chat box as well, no problem. Or people left already. I don't know. Am I boring people here? I don't know. Let me see. Many people are in the call. Okay, we have 15 people. Good. 14, excluding me. It means I'm not boring much. Okay, are we In the same page. Maybe I will give you this code directly. We don't need to type the code entirely. It will be easy for us. The first set of code is in the chat box. The second set of code is also in the chat box, so that you just copy and paste there and then we run it. I don't want to waste the time. Yes,
Done.
perfect. Okay, then we have connected to the database. We have all the libraries done, right?
Mm.
Then let's go to the next part is, what do we do next one? I'm blank a little bit.
We'll see what is there inside the data.
Exactly. So you mean to say, first, if it is local, then what do we do is we have all the data being stored, but now this is a path. We have to actually parse a little bit. For parsing, I have written some code myself. If I start writing the code, it takes some time. Actually, I did not write it from myself, to be frank. I just used the LLM yesterday. Yesterday it was too late for me to start writing the code. But I know what it is doing. It is sorting and it is actually storing the different tables to, I mean, different data into different tables. I don't know whether this will run or not. Let me try now. Here, files available, 9 in total files. These are all the files that is there in the data, I mean, folder. That is what they did it here. If I download it, zip file first, let me check the data. Do I have to register it? Okay. Let me see the data archive. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we have 9 of product categories. Okay, these are all the product categories table as a master data. Okay, they have mapped everything here. Okay, I'm just going through the data and then seeing. We have seller's data set. So this is a seller ID. This is the zip code of the seller. There is the city, and this is the state of the seller. They don't have the name of the seller. They just have the ID of the seller. Okay, no problem. Because the data is confidential, they don't want to keep the name. No problem for them. This is for our analysis. Oh, what happened? Okay. So we have product table, product ID, product category, product name, or the size of the product. We have the weight of the product. Okay, that's it. This is the category. This is we don't have the exact name, but we have an ID of the product. We have order ID, order table. That's what they did it here. When I scroll down a little bit, big one. Why do this? Smaller, no. Okay. Compact. This is for data set. Somewhere else as well, right? This is what they have given us the schema. All these tables are connected 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. And here zip code prefixes. Okay, no problem. The architecture also they have given us. And then reviews of the product. Somebody has given a review of this is a review ID. This is the order ID for this review. Score has given 4. They have written something as well. And this is the message. We can use NLP to, we can use two things here. One is to translate, then is NLP in future. If you want to analyze and give, okay, have you done NLP classes as well?
Yeah, Fazal, it's done.
Okay, then I think with this one, we will be able to do sentimental analysis or to categorize positive, negative, neutral feedback, right?
We
With
have
the data.
even done a project like that as well.
Exactly. Then we can extend the same thing here as well, and then give them a score. 1 positive, 2 negative, 3 neutral. It will help us in the analysis as well. What do you think? Huge amount of data. Okay. But it is in their language. We can translate this. We can use any API to translate, and then we get it in English, and then we can start doing our NLP. But this is the next part. If you want to really do this project in core, you can do that. We have all the data. We have payments data. I'm just seeing the data, how the data looks. We have some columns, IDs, payment sequence, payment type, credit card or cash, installments, and value. Okay. So we can draw a lot of things with this one. Mm, okay. This, if you remember, this is a join they have written. This data coming from product ID, this data coming from, no, this is a generated field here. This data coming from seller ID. Yes. Foreign key, primary key, joining, right? This data coming from pricing table. Freight value, I think this data is also coming from a different table. Payments, products, orders, reviews, items, order items. Okay, seller data is here. Geolocations. Okay, I think the geolocation in this one, we have a freight forwarder details. Okay, customer database. Okay, okay, no problem. Geolocations, we have it here. Okay, it is only this for here. It's okay, but we should have somewhere freight values. Freight values means the price that we are providing it to the freight forwarder, which means the logistic company to deliver the product from point A to point B. Come on. Okay, this is a huge data. The system says no, I cannot display everything. Okay, no problem. I will see it in Python. If you're not able to show me, you have to parse this as well. This is a comma separated data. If you can see, this is the first value, zip code, and this is the location, latitude, longitude. This is the city. This is the state. Okay. It's not passed. This CSV, comma separated file. Okay. Okay, no problem. Was not able to do it properly because the data is huge. We'll do it together in Python, not a problem. Okay, and then this is orders. This is customers data set. Okay. is the customer ID, customer unique ID. The question that we discussed is here. Zip code of the customer, city of the customer, state of the customer. Okay, no problem. Okay, what do you think of this data? It is structured, I think, right? They've properly structured everything in a different data tables and then given it separately, right? What we did, we imported all this data and then yeah, address item reviews. We have imported 4 here and we're printing whether this is active or not. Okay, okay, dokie. We only actually printed this 4 and then we imported this 4. I will paste this code in the chat box instead of you just going ahead and writing. Okay, is it running? Is it running? Yes, no? Then we have to see the next one is, okay, we have 4 tables. What is the table? Order, okay. Orders dot head, maybe 5. Usually it is 5. And then what do we do next one? Okay, we have orders table. What exactly we saw the same thing is here. And then do you want to see the info orders dot info or maybe describe? I'm just performing some EDA. So these are all the 7 columns we have. This is the data type we have. Okay, dokie, no problem. Okay, what is the next step? We do the same thing for other data as well, just to see how it looks here like. But actually we looked at in an Excel, in example, in the actual scenario, you will not be able to see it in Excel because the data is somewhere in the database. You have to see it here itself. I'm just seeing what is the item data. Then, because I'm doing very simple analytics in the interest of time, whatever thoughts are coming on my mind, but I know you know it really better because you have already completed data analytics classes, and step by step, by spending some more time, you will be able to easily do more and more things, right? Okay, once you import the data, the next step is you to explore the data, right? That's what EDS is, exploratory data analysis. We are exploring data, we are cleaning data. Maybe items type. It's been 2-3 years. I haven't done much of analytics, but I know I started my career with analytics itself. Yeah. Okay. 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 No null much values. Okay. Okay. So are we here until now? Or if you're doing some other steps, please let me know so that I do it and the class follows the same thing. If you have done some of the really amazing projects. Yeah. Are we all on the same page?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Until now we have did it. I would like to see the other data as well. Where is it? Reviews or customers? Or maybe I use this one. Give me the go to all my tables for the initial data exploration. I don't know whether it works this way or not. It has integrated, it means it has to work. Let's continue with the initial. Okay, nice. It is directly giving me it here. I'm just running in. Are you able to also see the Gemini side by side at your Google Colab? Okay. Accept and run, it runs by itself. Nice, interesting. It is working on something. Multiple models. Fast all round. Okay. Customers review tables. Okay. Now let's proceed ahead with the data cleaning of the imported tables. I don't know. Let's see. This is good. This is how people say AI is revolutionizing things. It will remove your jobs and XYZ. It will never remove your job, but it will actually make your job easier. Instead of 5 analysts, we need 3 analysts, the best analysts now. Convert timestamp column to date time objects. Okay. Data cleaning of order tables. So it suggested me because it is just not running. I'm just reading the code and understanding what exactly it is trying to do. Does it make sense or not? Okay, these are all timestamp columns. It is converting the timestamps columns to date time object. Okay, it is converting it. Okay, I know this code. Okay, it has converted to, if you see here, if I go back here, it was, which column was that? Sorry, which table? Orders, views, customers. We didn't display the orders. Okay, we have orders here. If you see, this is the object initially. Timestamp, everything, the data type is object. Now, after the conversion, now it is date and time. They are changing the data types. Good. Okay. What do you think? Okay, let me not go to the next part. What do you think should be for data cleaning part for us? Any random guess? I will also paste this code into the chat box so that we are all on the same page. Everybody are doing vibe coding. Maybe you can do more better than me. I don't know. Are we all on the same page? We are also using this way. Yes, no, maybe. The Zoom on the other screen and see. Okay. Because we are over time. I think people have other commitments as well. But okay, let me give you a high level overview so that we work together and tomorrow come back by completing all the analytics. Okay. I changed the data types because I'm just doing the wipe coding as well here. There are some missing values. I'm checking the missing values here, which is null, and then summing up and sorting the values. What can I do next? Okay, it is running well. What can I do next? Any suggestions? Change the data types. Okay. What exactly is it doing? Convert timestamp data to okay. Display it into okay. We did this. Missing values. Okay. Data cleaning. Review tables. Okay. We already did this one. Okay. It is actually doing for all the tables. Okay. Okay. And now the question that we actually was asking the first time users and second time users. Is it correcting itself or how is it? The same thing, it is running over and over again. Okay. Okay. It is doing to all the. This is the first time I'm experiencing, to be frank, data analytics with AI. I was writing code from the scratch one by one. I'm thinking what need to be done next, what need to be done next, what need to be done next. And then I was writing the question here to get that code instead of I writing from the scratch. Now it suggests as well. Okay, with this, okay, we have to do a lot of data cleaning. We have to do exploration. Let's type the question here. Uh, is the okay, can you write in your code to see whether the business first time and second time users with graph? I don't know. Let's see if that works. Should be good. Will be surprised. The content, can you write me a code to see whether the business is growing? First time users is second time users with graph. Interesting. Let's analyze the business growth by looking at first time and second time users over time. I'll prepare the data by merging customers and order information, then categorize purchases as first or second time for each unique customers. Finally, I'll visualize these trends monthly. Okay, perfect. Okay, dokie, really nice. Merge orders and customers to link orders and okay, it is actually merging. pd.merge. It is using left. Okay, we can also change it to play a little bit around this one. Okay, sorting up. Okay, it is getting the unique customers first. Okay, extract the month. Okay, to see first month the second time. Okay, it is actually in that month extracting the unique count of the customer IDs and it is grouping it. And then it is comparing the same unique IDs in the second month purchase and then comparing how many are repetitive, then plotting it. Did you get this? Did you get this code? I will just share you this code. This is so interesting, you know, really, really interesting. I just wrote a question and then I got the code. I am not able to paste everything in chat box. I will paste it half by half. Now I think you're doing more crazy thing with this vibe coding, right? or we are just something really out of the box? You there? Because this also opens the doors, and we are just also trying to learn how companies are using AI and doing the coding part, solving the problems. And this is a part of generative AI. I think the classes has not been completed, but I think mostly we'll be able to do this. I've pasted the code, and then let me run this code and see what happens. Nice. First time, customer 4. In this month, second time is 0. Oh, can you see this? In 2016, month 9, first time 4 customers ordered it, and second time 0 customer did it. Oh my God. And then 2016, the next month, the business increased, and then first time 321 customers ordered it, and second time it is just 3 customers. It is just 1%. In 12, 1 and 0. And then in January, it is 764, and second time it is just 27. Oh my God. So this is the picture that we got it from the data, right? The second time is really, really, really less, not even 1, 2%. There is a huge, big problem for the business. And then they have to make the decisions for this. Let us visualize this. Visualization is not a big problem. Let's see how it works. First time versus second time. Okay, first time it is growing over the period of time. And if you see the second time, it is not growing. Okay. The customer churn rate is really, really high in this business. Really high. First time, I think I don't know the business model. Maybe first time you log in, you get a voucher of 50%, and then you can order it. So people are downloading it, going, using the vouchers, ordering something. And second time, they have to pay the actual fee or the actual amount to order. So they are not ordering. I don't know. Maybe one of the reason. What do you think of the reason on this? Why people are not ordering the second time? So this is the picture that you can show it to the business, and then they will make the decisions. Yes. Okay. So this is really helpful. Instead of me writing the code from the scratch, I am easily able to get. I know the only thing here, it is merging. This is important. And then it is sorting the values. And then from the first month, it is extracting all the information, then storing it. And same customer, I mean, the same customer ID, it is going and doing a VLOOKUP and checking in the second month's sales orders. If that is matching, it is giving us the number here. If it is not matching, it is giving us 0. Do you get the logic? It's a VLOOKUP to the unique customer IDs. And then we are displaying this using line chart, because anything which is over a period of time, we need to display that either area chart or line graph to showcase the trend. Okay. So maybe I would like to stop here. We understood a little bit about the problem. We did vibe coding, and then we cleaned the data, and then we are starting to analyze it. Maybe I analyze it differently, you analyze it differently, because I just wrote this question out of curiosity. Where was my question? Can you write me a code to, so out of curiosity, because the same thing we discussed in our class as well, right? So this is the question we discussed. The same question, I wrote it down here. This is not uploaded. We wrote some questions here. I think that's in my iPad, getting uploaded back to the cloud, no problem. So the same thing we wrote, okay, first time customers, second time customers, that's what we wrote. And then we are able to exactly get the insights from the code here, right? So any questions on this one? Any questions? Now it is very easy for you, actually. You don't need to spend much of a time. You just have to think, and this will write you a code. And tomorrow we can come up with a lot of other ideas, and then you can just take maybe first 5 questions and then you can show it, right? So the next question, for example, I want to see, can you write me a code? What is the repeat purchasing rate? I know 1 or 2%, but in the graph, let's see what it does. Yes, I'm working on churn. Just wanted to see. Okay. So any questions? I know you're also, I think so, you're also working the same way. You're also doing a lot of trial and errors and running the codes, right? Ah, this is 0%. This is 0.9%. Only in January it is 3%. Ah, too bad business. The business model need to be changed, or I don't know. I'm just seeing this table with the same data. It has calculated the rate. The rate has been calculated. The formula is it here? Total customers, I mean repetitive customers divided by total customers into 100. Okay, makes sense. Okay, that has converted to a string. That's it. Okay. So repetitive customers divided by total customers is the customer rate. I mean, repeat purchase rate, and this is how it is. Like only in January it is 3%, not even 10%. The business is really, really bad. The customer churn is really, really high in this business. And we have to highlight all these things. In the future, tomorrow, we will also use machine learning to predict here which customer most likely to churn. Out of 321, we have churned 318 customer, right? And now we are just seeing, okay, it churned. Now this is your result. Tomorrow we will predict out of 321, how many would be churning. And then by taking proactive decisions, we can reduce this number, to be frank. We can take proactive measures, give them offers, give them whatever the business want to do, marketing campaigns and everything. And then we will make sure the customer stays and continue ordering the products from us. And we will reduce this number using machine learning and deep learning. Did you get my point? We'll do it tomorrow, but now this is what I created, something for you. Brazilian e-commerce. Okay, I will stop sharing my screen in the interest of time. If you have any questions, you can ask me questions, but I think it is really easy for you. If you can spend around 30 minutes to 1 hour, you will be able to get the absolute perfect analytics code tomorrow. Then you can answer a lot of questions that we discussed today on customer churn. Yes? Any questions before winding up the class? And tomorrow we will predict, before we seeing, okay, the customer churn is 1%, the customer already churned, we will predict which customer is most likely to churn, and then give this data back to the business, and then so that they can actually make proactive decisions to hold back the customer. Okay. Okay, then if we don't have anything, I want to wind up the class. Now, it is really nice. I learned something from you as well in the class. Really easy. I don't need to write code from scratch one by one. I can use this Gemini or any of the LLM beside it, which is connected together, and then I can just write the question. Initially, I was just writing other things. Now I can just write the question. It creates everything for me. And tomorrow, you can just take 5 questions, thinking by yourself, what can I do and what questions is more important for the business on double A, triple R, and then one question, which is star question. Yeah. Can we do it tomorrow? And then maybe you can present it. So acquisition, activation, retention, revenue, and referral, the double A, triple R metrics that we focused on. And then one North Star metrics. Okay, what one thing the business want to see, and this is the graph that they want to see. Can we do it tomorrow? Maybe I think it's easy for everyone, right? You just don't need to write the code from the scratch. You need to define the questions, and the LLM will actually write the code for you. And tomorrow we will discuss. And who wins? Maybe you get a chocolate online. Okay, that's a good homework for you. You just have to think now. You don't need to spend time in writing the code. You have to think as a product analyst. Tomorrow we will include machine learning into this and start predicting the customer churn. Okie dokie. I don't have much things now. If you have anything, you can ask your question to me or write it in a chat box. And then if we don't have anything, I'll wait for you for next 2 minutes. And then if people are leaving, even I leave. Have a nice weekend. Take care of yourself. Share the class files. Which files? Is it Kaggle dataset? Because we directly connected it to Kaggle for a dataset, and then we used our Google Colab coding file. Okay, no problem. I'll share the coding file. I'll upload that into a Google Drive. Then you will get the coding file there. Okay, anything else apart from this? You have the link for Kaggle as well. So we directly connected to Kaggle and start solving a problem. I think it's really nice. Then people will come up with their ideas in solving the problems in a different way as a product analyst. Initially, it was problem because we think something and we are not able to write the code because we are not really strong to write the code. That was a problem for me as well when I started as an analyst. I can think, but I cannot convert that to a code and then present that. Now I can do it. I think, and then I ask LLM to do it, and then I can see it, what exactly is happening, right? Okie dokie. I stop myself here. I'll share the coding file in the Google Drive link. And if you have any questions, please ask. If not, if you're really busy interacting with LLM, then please continue. And tomorrow we discuss, and the best one will get a chocolate via Blinkit and Zepto or Zepto. Thank you, Emma. Okay. Thank you and enjoy your weekend. Bye.